Now that we have an audio file loaded, we are ready to do some pitch correction. To correct the pitch automatically, press the Correct Pitch button in the upper right-hand corner of the editor window near the volume knob. This will open the pitch correction window and allow you to adjust pitch correction and drift. If you are unsure about what values to use, as a good starting point, I find that setting the pitch correction to 100% and setting the pitch drift to somewhere between 80 and 100% usually provides great results. If you have made previous edits to notes before using this command, those edits will remain in place, and the notes will be unaffected with the settings that you've made in the window. If you wish to include those previously edited notes, make sure the Include Notes Already Edited Manually checkbox is checked. Like most other features, this functionality is exactly the same whether using the standalone version or the plugin. Most of the time, Melodyne does a fantastic job of adjusting the pitch of your audio material, but occasionally it will incorrectly interpret the pitch and shift it in the wrong direction. To fix these errors, we can use any one of several tools, but the most obvious choice is the Pitch Correction tool. And as previously mentioned, if you right-click in the editor window, a contextual menu will open up, allowing you to choose the Pitch Correction tool. Using the Pitch Correction tool, drag the note to the correct pitch. You can also use the Main tool to move notes to a different location. So now let's do some basic editing. Using the Main tool, you can copy and paste notes easily. Right-click a note or a group of notes and choose Copy from the Main tool pop-up window. Now move your cursor to the new destination and right-click once again to open the contextual menu and choose Paste from the window. You can also use the keyboard shortcuts Ctrl and C if you're on a PC, or Command and C if you're on a Mac, to copy, and then Ctrl and V if you're on a PC, or Command and V on a Mac to paste. The next two commands I'd like to cover briefly are the Undo and Redo commands, as they both have similar functionality. The Undo command will restore the last thing you did previously. It can be accessed in either one of two ways, either via the Edit menu or by using the keyboard shortcut Ctrl-Z on a PC or Command-Z on a Mac. You can continue to step backwards through your edits by repeatedly pressing the Undo command. If you have recently undone something and decided that you now wish to have it back once again, this is where the Redo command comes in, and once again you can access it from the Edit menu or by using the keyboard shortcut Ctrl-Shift and Z on a PC or Command-Shift-Z on a Mac. So let's put some of these tools to good use. In this quick example, let's modify a note's modulation, drift, format, and amplitude using a few simple mouse clicks. Start by right-clicking in the editor window and select the Pitch Modulation tool. Then select the note and drag upwards with a mouse to increase the note's modulation. Right-click once again in the editor window and select the Pitch Drift tool. Click and hold the mouse button and drag upwards once again to increase the pitch drift of a note. Select the Format tool by using the same right-clicking method as before, and again drag upwards to increase the format of a note. Finally, grab the Amplitude tool and once again drag upwards to increase the note's amplitude. With just a few short clicks, we have radically changed the note from its original state into something completely different. Feel free to experiment, as you can always undo these changes by stepping backwards to the undo history. In this next example, we'll modify a note's duration by modifying its start and end points using the Timing tool. With the Timing tool selected, grab the starting point between two notes and drag it to the right. This will adjust a note's length. If you now wish to modify the other end of the note, you must first release the mouse button and then make a new selection. To cut a note in half and adjust each portion individually, use the Note Separation tool. By clicking in the middle of a note with the Note Separation tool, this will split a note into two pieces. We can cut a note into as many pieces as necessary using the Note Separation tool. Now, using any of the other tools, we can manipulate each piece individually. On notes that have a pitch bend in them, quite often you will need to use the Note Separation tool to separate a note at the bend, and then apply different processing to each part of the note. Now that you know how all the tools work, here's another example illustrating a few of the editing concepts. To create a quick and dirty auto-tune effect, start by loading in a file, and once the detection process is over, right-click and select the Pitch tool. Then, select all the notes by pressing Ctrl A on a PC or Command A on a Mac, and then double-click in the middle of a note to perform pitch correction on all of your selected notes. With all the notes still selected, right-click once again, and this time choose the Pitch Modulation tool. Double-click in the middle of one of the notes, and Melodyne will remove all of the modulation from all the selected notes. Finally, repeat this process one more time with the Pitch Drift tool, and what you now have in effect is a very quick and dirty sort of auto-tune effect.
Come on, come to me.